What's up, y'all? Happy Tuesday, everybody.
Seller hour. Oh yeah, yes sir. Right there. Good to see everyone here. Let's see.
Absolutely.
Damn, flips for miles published here. Let's see. All right, make sure. Let's see here.
Absolutely.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
and as you guys are popping on in, let us know what questions you have. Here to hang out for probably 30 minutes or so. And if you're watching on the replay, we've also got an awesome free class for you guys headed your way on Thursday night. Yeah, so usually Wednesdays. This week we'll be doing it on Thursday night, so make sure you guys are there. We're going to source some products with you, show you guys just a bunch of sourcing methods and some live exclusive stuff as well. So be a great time to make sure you're there and let us know who we got in chat. What's up, Charlie?
Oh yeah.
What up, Adrian?
Yeah, also guys too, so one of our favorite parts of SellerAmp Seller Hour is if you guys have ASINs you want us to review, kind of just like, zero or hero, if you want us to tell you if a product is good, just drop the ASIN in the chat and we'll pop that up there. Throw some ASINs in here. Yeah, I also have a couple examples that I can start us off with here today too, of just specific things that a lot of folks get wrong around different products. So I just want to pop those guys up for you right here to start us off basically right here. So we pop these guys up right here, right? So starting off, so this item right here, basically this sells pretty slow. It has a 200K rank and only 8 sales a month. So this isn't a good product, but what a lot of people will automatically do is they will automatically avoid listings that have this private label alert here on SellerAmp, which is incorrect. It just means suspected private label, which doesn't automatically mean private label, right? So what you want to do when you see suspected private label is you need to look at the list of sellers and identify whether or not it's dominated by the brand. So say we can see here, neither of these sellers are Gloria Vanderbilt, right? Which means this is actually not a private label item, basically. So there's a lot of hidden money in low competition stuff. And it automatically will say suspected private label if it's pretty low competition. So it's on you and you'll be able to make lots of money identifying when it's not actually private label. It just says suspected private label right there. So there's a ton of money in that there.
Yeah, the super simple thing is just toss the brand name into an Amazon search and you'll see if that brand has a bunch of third-party sellers on all the different listings. That's kind of the easy litmus test for y'all. And then there's also the free SellerAmp extension, so SellerAmp QVS. It'll show you like how many sellers an item has when you search a certain brand. So if you search that brand and it's got 1 seller on everything, probably private label. If it's 3, 5, 1 here, 10 there, it's probably pretty safe.
Yeah. So using SellerAmp QVS, guys, that's what unlocks these boxes in the Amazon search here, which make it way easier to see different data on specific products. So immediately I can see that this brand Stafford is reseller friendly, considering this listing has 11 sellers, this listing has 8 sellers, this listing has 11 plus sellers, right? And I see that from SellerAmp QVS, right? But if I look up like Zesty Paws right here, which is a big, one of the biggest private label brands actually in the whole game, we can see it's all going to be 1 seller here outside of some occasional hijackers or them being on it twice right here once these guys load. So look at those review counts right there, guys. Generational wealth on those review counts, right? And we can see, so this is an example of something that actually is private label, right? Because all the listings have 1 seller right here, right? So you can see, so if we take a look at the keep on this, right, we can see all 1 seller right there. And yeah, perfect example right there. So that's the name of the game right there, guys, is just that, don't automatically avoid stuff that says private label right there. A lot of folks will do that by accident. What you do automatically want to avoid is actually you don't automatically avoid it if it says suspected IP here as well, right? What you want to do is take a look down here on the Cupid chart and we can see a perfect example of what an IP complaint does look like right there, where the competitions right? So that is a perfect example of what an IP complaint does look like right there, guys. So it's very important to keep that in mind as you're sourcing, in that anytime you see a listing where the competition shoots down, you want to make sure you avoid that right there.
I like the sound effect is required, by the way.
That is true, Warner, as well.
Yeah. If you make sound effects while you source, I think you find more per hour or something like that.
Live and direct from the Amazon guys here. The least amount it takes to step up FBA to see a good ROI. Ooh, so like the prime bump, basically, yeah. So where Amazon will give you the buy box higher, I mean, it's typically 5 to 10%, but it really depends on a specific listing right there. But what SuperParked is mentioning is if you see a bunch of FBM people on a listing, you can price above them as an FBA seller because Amazon wants to give you the buy box at higher prices because Amazon, they want customers to have the best experience possible, and buying from people who have their inventory at FBA gets to the customers quicker. Right there. So we can hop over to, wait, can we double screen? Ooh, okay, we can't. All right. So yeah,
you got a big wormhole going on. Yeah. Let's see. So
all
Basil
right,
sent
thank
this
you
one
for the
in.
ASIN. Who was that? Basile here.
Yeah,
I believe. Yeah, perfect. Okay, cool. Keep dropping ASINs too, y'all. We gonna pop them up and break them down for you guys.
Yeah, so he said he's getting this for $2. It's pretty obvious private label to me because you can see how it's always one seller, like going all the way back. A couple other people tried to hop on and they probably got like IP'd, kicked off the listing, that kind of thing. What you can do, you said you can get this for $2. If you really want to kind of like take this idea, you'd have to launch your own brand off of that. Because I'm assuming you sourced the product for $2 and not like whatever this brand name is. Yeah, I mean, however you even say that. So you'd have to create your own listing and run your own brand on it, that kind of thing. Not that you can't do that because I mean, buying for $2, selling for $20, but you're obviously gonna have a lot of like advertising expenses and stuff on a product that is probably very competitive, I would assume. Just like a car charger, there's gonna be a lot of very highly ranked products in that. So it's kind of a different puzzle than we usually solve as well.
Yep. Yeah. RIP Ozzy. Any tips on Ungating? Amazon is asking for my supplier right there. Yeah. So honestly, it kind of sounds counterintuitive, but never worry about what Amazon says in the deny MMOs. Right there. Just keep submitting what they're originally asking for, which is documentation for, in most cases, 10, sometimes 100 plus units right there. Swag glasses.
If they start asking for crazy requirements, just open a new case. You'll get to somebody that actually wants to do their job correctly.
Yeah, I think that might even be a good idea for like even just like a consultation session in a YouTube video, like gamifying it for an existing seller, helping them scale, checking back 30 days later, something like that. There's a lot of good content ideas with that, and any content you guys want to see from us too, let us know.
Yeah, and if you guys like that kind of content, I have several kind of like interview types with newer sellers, or just kind of free consult we put on YouTube basically.
Boom. What is your advice on listings that Amazon comes in and off of as opposed to dominating the buy box? Ooh, so competing with Amazon. So that's a good one. That's something a lot of new sellers will automatically avoid. They'll automatically avoid listings that Amazon's on. But if you're seeing the offer count movement on Keepa jumping up and down, you're pretty much like, that's a listing you should get on. So it kind of just comes down to if the listing's blocky, avoid it. If the listing's good, take it. Right here. And then Mad Moo Dog here says, what does suppressed mean and why does it take over? Listing suppressed is synonymous with no buy box, which is not a problem. It just will make the item sell a little bit slower. But if something's, sold for a while and it has no buy box on Keepa, that means it's still totally fine right there. Cool. All right, sweet. Let's see. Neutrogena here. OG product. Yeah.
This one's a pretty easy skip as well because you can see the buy box is 100% to Amazon. So you just gotta do a quick check on this stuff and make sure that you can actually win sales because number one, you're not gonna be able to source this cheap enough. The max, you're gonna have to buy this for $1.50.
That's
I mean it does fly. Yeah, 100
guys are still getting.
I actually don't know if I've seen that before. 100,000.
You gotta screenshot that. Yeah. I've never seen that before either.
That's crazy. Yeah, 64 sales rank. Yeah. So yeah, this is gonna be a skip, unfortunately, with how fast it sells. But that said, I still think this is a bad item to sell because the price is so cheap. You can sell things where Amazon is winning 100% of the buy box if it sells really fast like this, because there's always going to be cases. Just the more people on a listing, the more people are going to accidentally click see all sellers and end up buying from you, or maybe they intentionally don't shop from Amazon directly. If that makes them feel good about themselves, whatever it is, you'll definitely see sales happening outside of the buy box on really fast moving listings. But I wouldn't do it on this. There's not enough profit or anything like that left on the bone.
Yep. If Amazon or the brand is the primary seller, there's no competition with that. Yeah. So if you see the offer count moving, it's a good listing. If you see the offer count movement super flat, it's not a good listing.
Right. Yeah. Even better if you see the buy box rotating, like we were just.
Boom. Also that. Yeah. True. I saw a listing where the brand was the same name as the seller, but it was PL, was multi-back, big brand house allowed. It's actually not. It just isn't always enforced. So we're obviously definitely not going to recommend you do that there. Miles, you're goated with the Zoom feature. Yeah, they tease me. Danny and Warner tease me for using the Zoom feature sometimes, but I just I think it's from doing one-on-ones with students is I'm just kind of like used to using it for specific things and just isolating, like, especially like the FBM feature on SELLERAMP and stuff like that. Was this the one we just did here from Hooligan Gaming?
Yeah.
Cool. Okay, sweet. I got another example here. So this actually is a great item, guys. So check this out. So this is an example of an item that is good here. So this doesn't have a buy box, which is not a problem. We can see it's a 4K rank, 200 sold per month. And if we scroll down here on Keepa, we can see it's a nice little movement there, right? Nice little movement here, right? Comp going down, price nice and steady, starting to trickle up a little bit too, right? That's not bad whatsoever there, right? We can see, say we pay like, $14 for this year, right? Making, damn, $10 pretty much flat right there. 71% ROI right there. Life is good. Now, obviously, I have no idea if this is a good product here, but this is purely just an example of something that's profitable. And if that's the same
16.
thing, that's a very good item.
Between all those sources, you can definitely get 10% off.
Oh, yeah. Kohl's, you can get a good bit with Kohl's Cash. Yeah, discounted gift cards there too. And everything, right? So remember, guys, when you're doing sourcing, do not worry about doing manual sourcing or going to random websites and looking through their clearance sections, which is the same thing as manual sourcing. Instead, right, just focus on storefront stalking off proven arbitrage listings. The SellerAmp YouTube channel posted a few good sourcing videos this week breaking that down, and we're happy to help here. Warner, bro, warn me of something today, my bro. Okay, Warner, really helpful, of course.
That's got to be that's got to be the every other LOL.
I
thought we put you on every third. We put you on every third. We put you on every third.
Yeah, LOL does have that in there.
Yeah. Pop me up here. Yeah. So as far as sourcing goes, I'm about to make a full YouTube video on this, so you guys can check it out. But if you're new and you need a starting point, easiest place that I have used to source, like I wanted a new starting point I've never started from before for a video that I'm gonna make right after this. So you say like, what are some like private label brands that like JCPenney sells, because I don't often source from there, that also sell on Amazon, and it's gonna spit out a bunch of stuff Walmart, where it sells at JCPenney, and then there's third-party sellers selling it on Amazon, basically. So if you need a starting point, it's like St. John's Bay. I've seen a ton of these in people's storefronts.
Yep, I found those. Yep, Stafford's another one.
Yeah, exactly. Right. So it's just shooting. I've never heard of these before. Obviously you want to dive in and do a little bit of homework on that kind of stuff. But let's see, visit for sale. So there's like at least these three it knows are for sales. Even like checking communities, that kind of thing. Yeah. So really easy starting point
too, and it's going to be like Goodfellow. There's exactly a baby brand.
So yeah, I know that's kind of a pain point for a lot of you guys. Like, where do I start sourcing? Sometimes we'll just open up a product to start in a video, and it's like, how did you get to that product? That kind of thing, right? So anything that a retail store sells that is also on Amazon is a great place.
Boom, boom, boom. Of course, keep the questions coming too, y'all.
Said, is it recommended to create a multi-pack listing if you have the inventory? You bought a product and had a lot less sellers. If you have to fully create the listing, it's not going to be worth it. Most likely, it's also probably not going to work if the listing doesn't exist. But if there is a multi-pack already, then yeah, absolutely, you should spread that apart for sure. Absolutely. What's up, Homesteader? Amazon approved you for a brand but denied you for the category, so you need a copy. Yeah, so that's just proof that exactly what you already submitted will work, and then the other application went to somebody who doesn't want to do their job. That's just unfortunately the nature of the game right now. So since you already literally proved to yourself that same piece of paper worked for the brand, you just got to submit it again and get it to somebody who's going to do the category and actually do their job correctly.
Yeah, and that's the tough thing is like, I mean, it's only tough if you don't accept it, but getting denied for Ungates is 100% normal. It's typically going to happen like 5, 10, 15 times per brand. We both have really good ungating tutorials on our channel that'll break that down nicely for you guys. And just in general too, some other really good content we're going to share with you guys too is the free class we have going down this Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be really good content for you guys too. Links in the description on that. We're going to give away a ton of sauce that we don't share anywhere free there, right? So I definitely recommend tuning into to that there as well.
Absolutely. Thoughts on Walmart's messing with the sellers? Yeah, I'm sure. Definitely an overcorrection. We'll see how it shakes out though.
Yep. Yeah. Amazon looking like the GOAT still as usual here. Oh, HG. All right. Tap in, HG. We got an ASIN to review here. Let's see what we got.
I'll pop it up here for us. Let's see. It's like a Spider-Man toy or something. Let's see.
Probably pretty good. Let's see what we got here.
All right. So
good rank. Yeah.
Yeah, sales rank's pretty good. Used to be a little cheaper, but Amazon's out of stock. Let's see. Yeah, so this is like a great example of Amazon kind of consistently being on a listing, but I'm not really worried about it pretty much at all. Because even when they do stay in, like go back in stock for a while, they pretty much always go out of stock, and the third-party seller price doesn't change. It doesn't like react and tank down to the Amazon price. So let's see if we can source it real quick. This looks like a retail arbitrage find if I had to guess. It could be right here though. Let's see. Probably one of those things you might have to go in store for. So yeah, shipping out of stock pickup is not. It's in stock at my my local Walmart, so I could go scoop up some profit here. Yeah,
you could list buy later. That's on too.
Yeah, exactly. So it's like $11.96 pickup. So if you got to go grocery shopping, schedule a pickup order for all those. It looks profitable. Yeah. As far as like account health, it seems pretty safe as well. Like plenty of third-party sellers, nothing crazy going on. And yeah, so like the worst case scenario, the third party FBA price goes down to like 22-ish. It's like your worst case scenario, you get basically your box cost back, and currently you make $5. That's I think it's a pretty decent trade-off. Yeah.
And found it on Walmart. Boom. Cool. Sweet. Any thoughts on the Walmart seller fiasco and could it happen on Amazon? So nothing like that's ever happened on Amazon. Amazon has done that in isolated examples, but they've since kind of corrected around it right there. Walmart, it's very intriguing that they did that right there. There was there still is a huge issue with people selling fakes on Walmart. So it was inevitable that something like this would happen. But this is kind of a more drastic move than any of us would expect or think would be realistic on that. But at the same time, Walmart is doing a good job communication-wise with sellers in general. So I have a feeling there's a reasoning behind this, and they'll make that clear to us.
Yeah, it's like everything they've done so far has been, in general, better than how Amazon treats sellers. But then they do this, and it's probably the worst thing any platform has ever done for sellers. So they used all of their good karma.
Yeah, it makes no sense.
Yeah, and it also costs them a lot of money. So something has to happen in the back end, or there'll be a correction. Let's see. Hooligan said, "Will you get an invoice when you're doing a pickup?" I believe so. Yeah, you'll get an email confirmation that says you picked it up. If you want to be extra safe, you can take a picture of the product when you actually get it in person.
Oh, that's a perfect way to do it. Yeah, adding that in there. Yeah.
Let's see. What's up? Jimmy said, "How do you remove unauthorized sellers?" Comment said it's against TOS to do it through brand registry. If you have somebody on your private label listing, I'm not exactly sure. I don't do that.
ChatGPT would be able to give you at least a good place to start with that, I'd say, Jimmy.
Yeah. Just make sure you actually own the listing. If you're taking action against people, make sure you own the brand. It's properly brand registered. Sounds like it is if you're going through brand registry, but not exactly sure there.
From RGL here, or RJL here. Says, is there an automated way to find sellers with low review counts that I can put on KPF and identifying best moving listings using KPF filters? If you're even thinking about doing stuff like that, you just haven't done enough storefront stalking, honestly. In that, if you're asking for the way to do it, which I actually don't know if there is, like you haven't done enough work storefront stalking, for example. So this mindset, I think, kind of operates off the idea that the answer is products that are hard to find, when that's not the answer. The answer is discounts that are hard to find. And that we can all agree what really, really good listings look like, but not everyone can make them profitable. And that's the key to online arbitrage. So you don't really find winning products, you make winning products.
Yep, absolutely. See, Jude, you got an ace in here. Let's pop this up.
See, Duncan, I have a feeling it's going to be good. A lot of those Duncan guys fly.
Yeah. Oh, this is actually a good example.
Let's see what we got here.
Yeah. All right. So max cost seems reasonable. Probably sell it for $12.80. The biggest issue here is this little sticker right here, right? So even though it says 10 count, let's see, what does it weigh? The weight is for a 10 count too. That's not a weight for a 60 pack. But some customer is going to see the 60 pack and think that they're getting 60 despite everything else saying 10. It's going to be negative, like bad feedback. And you can even see like 3.9 is a sign that there's some bad reviews. Yeah, exactly. Right. I ordered 60, only got 10, that kind of thing. Right. So people think that they've outsmarted the system or something like that. When it obviously says 10 and the weight is for 10 and so on. Like if we look it up, let's see. It's probably like a retail arbitrage find. If you're seeing this profitably, if you're picking it up for 4 or less, because see like initial search results are showing like 9, probably that'd be one hell of a coupon. But yeah, that's just kind of just a really easy thing. So every single thing about the listing needs to match what you're sending the customer, right? So if it's closed, the fabric blend matches. If it's, stuff like this, where you got to make sure that no one's expecting to get more than they're actually buying.
Yeah. Damn, that actually be pretty profitable, honestly, there too. Can we scroll down to the keep again?
Yeah.
Oh, damn.
Very consistent.
Yeah.
Find
some other flavors that are better listings, that are listings that have good, perfect reviews and everything.
Yeah. You said you can get it for 450. So yeah, if you can get this for 450, that's a good shot. If you can find like other variations that don't have this. Yeah, exactly.
You prime bump it. Yeah. Warner, you got to turn on your offer summary in SellerAmp, man. So you can see. Oh, really?
What do you mean?
Where? Oh, no. All right. Let me put you on game here. So I'll pull up settings here. Let's see. So if you go to, so if you go to, everyone watching this should do this. So this is it here, the offer summary. And what this is this shows, oops.
Oh, just the FBA FBM breakdown.
Yeah.
I don't like it. Like.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Understood. Okay. Yeah. I always see it as a good way to identify if it's FBM friendly.
Yeah.
There.
Usually to me, I've already seen how many sellers are on a listing if I'm opening the listing.
Understood.
Because you know what I mean? If you come from a storefront or you come from like a search, so on, like you've already seen the seller count.
Did I miss your answer to my question? Oh, sorry, Side Hustle 247. Let's scroll up here. I'm not sure.
Thoughts on using Amazon as a supplier to Ungate if it works out as far as price quantity? Yeah, go for it. Amazon even acknowledges that it's acceptable because on the ungating applications, like they even updated, I think it was like 2 years ago or so at this point, where it says like 10 units or 50 if you're buying from Amazon. So it was like a funny acknowledgement that people are just buying from Amazon and using that to ungate.
What's up, guys? Long time. What's up, Zed? Hi, in my listing, everyone is FBM. There is no FBA seller. Amazon has less than 15 items, and I have one more than the total amount of procs together. I'm gonna win the whole buy box. There's probably a reasoning behind that. It's probably like an item that people might be drop shipping or fraud labeling, for example. Like it might be like a really heavy product right there. Or there just happens to be no one FBAing and you're very lucky, which almost certainly isn't the case. It might be hazmat too, as well, honestly. So look into those reasonings there.
Yeah, it should be getting sales for everything.
Yeah,
everything.
Especially FBA too.
But I think they're just asking if they're gonna win the buy box. I don't know if they're having any issues. So
yeah.
If that's what you're asking, then yeah, you should be good.
Got an order where the item is liquid and the cap was taped on. It rips the product label and I tried taking off, return or sell them anyway. Cap
was taped. Leave it taped, yeah, because you want it to stay sealed anyway.
Yeah, well, unless it's like branded or something like that,
I guess Target does sometimes use their Target branded tape. I've seen that. Other times it'll be like that. There's that one brand, I'm drawing a blank on it right now, but it's like a blue sticker that people will put over the tops of things that are liquids to keep it sealed. Yeah.
And shipping setting keep you from winning buy box if everyone's FBM sellers. Yes. If other people show closer delivery dates or cheaper shipping, which you should be doing free shipping, obviously. But if you're charging shipping and they aren't, they're going to get sales. And if their delivery dates show quicker than you, and they're going to get sales too. So yeah, both of us have really good merch filled tutorials breaking that. I really should make one for the SellerAmp channel too. On there. Aha. Interesting. Okay. Good question here from Jimmy. So not PL, removing the authorized sellers as a service. Aha. Can you remove them? I
would hit up Kaj. Yeah. Go talk to Kaj, Jimmy. They're kind of we don't want to butcher what they're cooking over there. Yeah.
Sure. Yes. Target branded tape. So yes, that you would have to take off, or just, if it's convenient to potentially cover it with blank Evans SKU labels, it probably
remembering that tape, it would look horrible if you tried to cover it. You can just recover it with your own seal tape, and then when they rip it off, like it also depends on the product. Like if it's like a relatively cheap, like standard product, no one cares if the label's a little torn. So it just depends on the product, I think. Let's see. Hooligan dropped another ace, and I'll pop this up for you guys. Let's see.
Hooligan carrying the
I know. Yep.
checks there.
He's been doing his sourcing. All right, let's check this out. So, $18. Let's see how many sellers. We got 5 or 6 right here. There's one seller's winning a lot of buy box, but they're not private label from what I can tell. So yeah, plenty of different sellers. It's interesting that these other sellers are having so much trouble winning buy box because they're the same price and FBA, but there are still sales going to other sellers here. That just might make me buy a little bit less to just be a little safer, I would say. Let's see. So, this is one of those brands that you buy from these like overseas suppliers, I think. Yeah, so these like Stylevana and Yes Style, that kind of thing, are definitely questionable in terms of invoicing and that kind of thing. So especially
yeah, it's international too.
Yeah, it's international, which I obviously haven't shopped here in a long time because it can be a little bit sketchy, which might make you run into some tariff issues, that kind of thing these days as well. So it might increase your costs. No, I had a box shop at my prep center and they like charged like an extra $100 or something because it was from Canada. So you might run into that on this. Yeah, I would, if you're sourcing from these kind of like sketchier overseas websites, I would be careful. But if you've got it from, seems like IRB might have one of these. I don't think it's the same exact one, but if IRB has this, they might have
and that pricing looks close.
The other one. Yeah, and the pricing looks good too. Let's see. I don't think it's the same thing. Yeah, this is 35.9. That's 43.3. So yeah, it depends on your source. I like the item itself though. Just buy a little bit smaller, I would say. It was a Marshall's fine. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, then I don't mind that at all. Trying to see if I can find this 43. Yeah, so I was just showing this because I don't know if you guys knew this, but you can just click the SellerAmp extension when you're on like any website. It'll automatically like find the title and search it on Amazon for you. So in this case, like it's finding all the different percentages, but it's not seeing the 43. So you could have like 43%. See if it's on there. And so that 43% might not have a listing, just as an example. But you can see if like the other percentages are at IRB as well. That item in general is decent though.
So good question from GG. It says, I'm confused for when we have products in person. What we need to do to send them into a prep center? What if we do we put the prep center's address? Okay, so for retail arbitrage, unless you're locally dropping them off at a local prep center, you would just send them to FBA yourself. For online arbitrage, you would send them directly to the prep center, who will then create the shipments and box them on your behalf and put those in too. Also, guys, we've been posting a bunch of good Boxem updates. So definitely check out the Boxem YouTube channel just to see some updated features. I'm posting a updated feature on updated tutorial on my channel next couple of days too as well. But it's getting better day by day. Scan to pack was just added. Profit Island shipments was just added. 2D barcodes we got in there. Bulk assign. Just really clean UI in respect to listing, shipping. The analytics features went live too. As well, I've just put a link to the Boxem Help Center, basically the blog on the website that breaks down each page right there. So you'll see a ton of really good stuff in there on that too when you take a look in there as well.
Yep. Yeah, tons of time savers. So if you guys make shipments or want to know how much money you're making, just try Boxem for free. Yep. 2 very important things for sellers, obviously.
Yeah, you need a professional account. Yeah.
Does running PPC, is it beneficial if there are a few offers? So the nice part about PPC is you only pay when you're in the buy box. They're not charging you to drive traffic to a listing that other people are getting the sales on. That said, like usually there's not enough margin left to do PPC and reselling, whether that's wholesale or arbitrage. You can place some really cheap bids, and our friend Corey has a great video on how to set up like a PPC catch-all campaign. It's kind of what it's called. So you can just go to Corey Gannam's YouTube channel if you want to see how that works.
Hi everyone, I'm new to selling. Should I focus on ungating items or try to ungate it as much as I can? Focus on finding profitable stuff. Ideally, largely of which would be auto ungates, but you can literally just storefront stock and click a brand, check for auto ungate, click a brand, check for auto ungate, click a brand, check for auto ungate. Right there, while doing a gated brand or two that actually needs documentation. Right there, Natalie, definitely come to the free class too on Wednesday night that we got going down, or sorry, Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern. That's going to be really good free game. Links in the description too. Right there, you guys should totally tap in on that. Do you need anything for sales tax on our account? So we're not lawyers, but Amazon handles that. Right there, because you put your name on them and you add them to the shared spreadsheet or software that they use. right there. And then you'll communicate that to them in respect to bundles and different stuff like that. Yeah. Cool. All right, sweet guys. Yeah, thanks a lot for the love, Hooligan, and then thanks for sending in a bunch of those ASINs too. We're happy to help on that. And then if you guys want more good free content, come to the free live class we got going down Thursday night at 7 p.m. Eastern right there. It's not going to be posted on YouTube. It's not going to be shared anywhere else right there. And we'll see you guys on Thursday night right there, just in the live class, the special software used for it on Zoom. Only way to get that Zoom link is to register right there. And we'll see y'all in the next one. Thanks so much for watching.
Absolutely. See you guys.
Cool. Have a good one, y'all.